Live on the web! Hello, people from all over the world, people who are passionate of puppetry. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Puppet Podcast. I'm Caroline, Caro BD, and I'm doing this podcast with my phone open. Who ding ding! I just arrived from work. It's a snowstorm in Montreal right now. And yes, we have some opportunity to work here and there. But I'm not there to talk of me. I'm there to put the photo spot through puppetry. Because this art form is really amazing. And I put together this puppet podcast to put some light towards the puppeteers who are artists that I'm really curious about and I'm really impressed about all of this feel of art. So before we go in this interview with the wonderful Delvene, I just want to plug this weekend. We have a workshop. It's with the wonderful Barry Godmer, and we will do puppet. We will talk about stitches, and it's a building workshop. So we'll learn some tools and tricks and tips about building. And Barry is such a talented artist. If you haven't seen his interview, it's in the in the internet on the channel. You can go on YouTube and have a look on this. And is so talented and passionate. So we will have a wonderful Zoom gathering if you are part of our Patreon community. So yeah, here is the address: Patreon-Puppet Podcast. So we offer those workshops for puppeteers and artists who are curious about puppetry, want to try to do their first puppet or whatever. We offer a platform for puppeteers to share their knowledge. So that's it. So now, as I'm talking about Patreon and workshop and social media tools, this podcast is a tool for puppeteers to bring some attention towards their work. And I was so attracted by Delvene. Delvene have a channel. She's really out there. She put content online, and I'm really impressed. And me and Eli, we just like look at her stuff and just like, let's bring her on the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll for the wonderful Delvene Del Beat.
Hi! Hello! Hi!
Thank you to be part of this show. I'm so happy to have you.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I was like, oh my gosh, public podcasts are inviting me. That's amazing. Thanks.
Yes, you are an enthusiastic puppeteer,
Thank you.
and I want you to introduce yourself to the people who are watching, and people be free to write comment and write to us during the interview so I can bring it to Delvene. But could you just say how you fall down into puppetry, Delvene?
Oh, okay. So, sorry. My name is Delvene. Let's do a little introduction. So I am a puppeteer. I do like ventriloquism, kind of moving mouth puppets. So make puppets, build a little bit, shadow, everything. And I run a company called Littlecrowns Storyhouse. And it's a specifically children's puppetry company aimed at up to about 7 to 10-year-olds, but under 70, so kind of like the primary age group. And we focus a lot on educational content, and we also focus a lot on diverse puppets as well, and making sure we're showcasing the right image with inclusion too. And how did I fall into puppetry? I started in my church when I was about 15 years old. I used to hold puppet shows in in the Sunday school, and we used to so I used to do that. We used to have these Christmas shows, and I used to do little puppet shows for them. And then that's how and everyone reacted in such a positive way, and I was like, oh my goodness, like this could be a thing. And then I kind of stopped doing it, even though I'd done it quite a lot in my church and everyone knew me as the puppet girl. And then I stopped for a bit. I went to film school, and then I went to drama school. I went to drama school in New York. And whilst I was there, we used to teach drama to children in, let's say, underprivileged schools and even prisons in New York. And then from there, I decided, okay, I'm going to make a puppet. And there was one scheme that I did, that I made a puppet and I showed my puppet. We read Anansi the Spider. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that story. And I used the puppet for it. And I was like, why did I ever stop doing puppetry? Like, why? Like, I should have been doing this all along. So then from New York, I came back to London, and then I started doing my puppet shows again. And again, people liked it. So then I just carried on and then birthed Littlecrowns Storyhouse. And here we are on Puppet Podcast.
So cool. And
yeah,
that's a journey, like to go to New York and just, and it's so cool to just see that you get a crush for puppetry at some point. Do you have like a specific moment, or maybe a TV show or something you could say it's my influence, it's helped me to get into this?
Yeah, I mean, you could say, obviously the Muppets are just a classic, and we all love them, especially growing up. I remember also growing up and watching Rosie and Jim, which is like a UK show, a kids show, and I was obsessed with it. Um, and yeah, there was so many other like shows that I used to watch. I would say more the Muppets and Rosie and Jim were like my primary shows that I loved. And I'm trying to think if there was like any. There was a performance that I went to. There's a church called One Way UK, and they do a lot of like church puppetry, Christian puppetry, and they have a conference every year. And this was when I was about 17. There was a lady that was doing a full-on ventriloquist quiz and puppet show, and it was amazing. And I was like, I need to learn how to do that, because I was just blown away by her performance. I don't know her name. It was just like, I was just wow. She had a whole set, and she was just talking to this puppet, and it was just such an eye-opening experience. It was great. And I think that's when I had that moment that this is kind of what I want to do.
Wow, that's so cool. And what my computer do some free game. I hope if you see me, you still see me.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I have some, like, they want to ask me something.
Oh.
Thank you, computer, to talking in middle of my interview. But yes, I want to ask you the why. It's often so interesting for me to know what makes the art of puppetry an art that you cherish.
I love the fact that I can manipulate an object and it just comes to life, and people believe in that thing and like this object. So I also work as a nanny as well, and then there's times where I'll like get something like a water bottle, and I'll give that water bottle some character, and we put some eyes on it, and suddenly the water bottle becomes a character, and we give this water bottle a name, and then suddenly it comes to life. And I just love seeing the joy on people's faces, or also the communication, the need that people feel that they can finally communicate with this thing or this object. And it just makes me absolutely love puppetry, and love the fact that we can use anything to make a puppet, and it brings something to life. Yeah.
Great. That's so great. And I want to know, in your own word, your definition of a puppet.
Right. You're giving me some like exam questions right now. What is your definition of a puppet?
If you are a dictionary, like
I'm like the opposite of a dictionary. It's just a puppet. Okay. What's my definition of a puppet? I would just say, I'm really, really trying to think of some deep prophetic words right now.
yeah. And you have people encourage you, Delvene. We have Stephen Johnson who are watching, and Michael George. Yeah, and Eli is watching from work. Say, rock.
What's my definition of a puppet? I think, as I said, like just the fact that like unique like manipulation, a fun, unique. It's magic. It's magic to me, and I think that's probably the best way I'm gonna put it. That's the deepest you're gonna get tonight, okay? Because I'm not a deep person at all.
It's magic, but magic is great. Good.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's great. And I want to know also, in your opinion, the best field of study for someone like to become a puppeteer. What do you believe?
Um, well, I went to drama school, so
Yeah.
I do think that definitely helped, especially when you're kind of coming up with a lot of the characteristics of the puppet. Definitely think it helped when I was creating the puppet's voice, how to use your voice. It definitely came. Especially a lot of people ask me about ventriloquism and how it kind of came natural, and I think it's because as a trained actor, you kind of know how to you're trained how to use your breath. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it just kind of came naturally from drama school and came naturally from doing like singing and things like that. So that's one route. But then also another thing is just kind of going for it and just doing it. So it's tricky because I don't necessarily think there's one specific path. If you're in the UK, then there's so many different organizations that you can get training from, which is like the Little Angel Theatre. And they are an amazing company based in Angel, and they're very, very helpful. So you can volunteer for them. Recently, they trained me and some fellow girls, which I'll get into, on an R&D project, and they trained 6 Black girls because they realized that there definitely needed some inclusion within the puppetry industry, and they trained 6 Black girls in puppetry. And it helped me definitely to get to the root of puppetry and how to actually manipulate puppet in a more kind of, I would say, even a more professional way. So definitely recommend the Little Angel Theatre. And actually from that, we've those girls that were trained, 6 of us, we've actually come up with another company, and we're now a physical theatre company. We've called ourselves Speaks of Rivers. So it's a little bit different to what I'm doing at the moment with Littlecrowns. It's a separate project, but I also wanted to kind of plug what birthed out of training at the Little Angel Theatre. They're an amazing, amazing company, and there's loads of different like organizations you can go to. I also trained at Brighton Puppetry School. I did that in 2017. I know that they're not running at the moment. Actually, no, they are. They are. Lie. They're doing a lot of online courses at the moment, but obviously they're not really live courses. But I've done a training with them for 6 weeks. In 2017, I've done like the summer school. And I also have done a shadow puppetry workshop with them, and they do ongoing training as well. So I don't necessarily think there's a direct route, but I do think there's things that you can do within your training or in your life that can really kind of benefit you to get better at puppetry.
Yeah, but definitely I heard you about drama school to learn how to breathe and like the voice of the puppet. And yes, for sure, workshop all over is really key to keep growing as an artist.
Yeah, and I would say like in terms of making and building puppets, I think for that it just takes complete just practice and just making and things like that. Because I would say, because I went to drama school, doing the voices and things like that became so easy to me. But then the building part of things was trickier because that's not what I trained in. I went to film school, so I know how to do things like technical stuff. So it's kind of, certain things are okay, like manipulation and stuff like that. But actually, like as an artist and building, that's something that I want to strengthen just to be a better all-round puppeteer.
That's so cool. That's such a good advice also to as an example.
Yeah.
And you are an example. I can like
Thank
I want to bring you, and it's not in the script. I will just drag you a bit
Oh,
away.
okay.
But you do a lot of also like you are active on social media as a puppeteer. You do stuff, you go live, you we feel your film background in your piece. Like we feel you know what you're doing, like you have a vision.
Thank
I
you.
Yeah, and I want to hear you on that, like on this adventure. Like how is it to just create your studio and just do and do all over.
Um, to be fair, like I have absolutely loved going online and just I've loved doing the whole film thing again, because what happened, as I said, I went to film school before I went to drama school, and I used to edit people's videos and do a lot of video production, so I got that technical side of life. And then I stopped doing it when I went to drama school for some silly reason, but this it happens. And then lockdown forced me to kind of get back into that, and I was started editing my puppet videos, and I was like, why on earth did I stop this? Like I'm really kind of found that passion again, and now I've learned how to kind of bring all my passions together. So now you have like the puppetry, the production, and the acting all in one thing. So yeah, I've in a way I've kind of enjoyed lockdown in that sense. Obviously it's really hard financially, but I've enjoyed lockdown in that sense, just to find that passion again, and how you can really make puppetry your own. And I think I found it in film, and I found it in production. So yeah.
Yeah, and I will say it to people, if you haven't see the channel, the stuff that Delvene do, have a look. It's really interesting. It's
Thank
really and that's true. I didn't know you have such experience in like film, and but we feel you have a knowledge, like you are, I would say, multidisciplinary, like your art is expanding, like you are really good in acting and in front of the camera, really able to play and to just be comfortable. We feel you are confident, and that's what we need online right now. We need
you. Yeah.
confident people.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard, but then I said, as because I went to drama school, it kind of was like, okay, you just got to go for it, even when you're terrified. You just like, most people don't realize that before most Zoom, any call, or anytime I go live on YouTube, or anytime I release a video, I am so scared. Like I'm running around my house and my sister's there, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself? I do this to myself every single week. Why didn't I just do accounting or something? I don't have to do this. And then I'm like, hello everyone, it's me. And then I know, I'm like, oh my gosh, how was that? You know, people don't realize that, like, for me, I'm literally having a panic attack before I hit play, and then
Uh,
just go for it.
I'm with you on that. I get that feeling, and it's true. And people who haven't commit live, try it for one day, and let's talk about it after. It's kind of like the stage, but
It's the
with
same.
play,
I
stop.
know. I'm like, oh, why did I pick this career? I don't understand. And then you
Yeah.
get through it, and you don't regret it, to be fair.
After you have energy, you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true. I agree on that. I want to ask you also about the future, your vision. Like, do you have a goal, something you see for your career? I want to achieve that. I want to realize this piece, or play in front of that people, or all over the world, or whatever is in your mind as a vision of the future.
Yeah, there's lots of positive visions, lots of positive things that have happened throughout lockdown. Some I won't speak about, but I'm really, really excited about like the future, and like especially when it comes to me building my own puppets and just building my own world. I definitely see the everything being bright in that in that sense. And I also see, like, you know, Littlecrowns just going global since lockdown. Instead of me, so I started off as a toddler group. That's one thing I don't think I mentioned. And I was so focused on just being in South London, and then now I've gone, you're in Canada and you're calling me French Canadian at that, and you're calling me, and because you saw my work from the other side of the world. And then I'm also getting contacts from Australia, you know, even other places in America, India. So then I see it now from, it's now gone from a little tiny toddler group in South London to like this. And I definitely see it getting bigger in that sense as well, and just expanding Littlecrowns all over the world, even more. even more. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm very excited about the future anyway.
Yeah, that's a beautiful answer, full of hope and mystery. So we can't wait to see what will happen to your project, because it's relevant, it's fun, and I want to know, in your perception, do you feel puppetry is in an ascension? Do you feel we getting more attention, more popularity, or the same, or what do you feel on that?
I think it has the potential to be more popular. I don't see many younger puppeteers. That's something that I don't see much of, and it would be great. Another reason why there's so many reasons why I started Littlecrowns, but this is another one, is that I wanted to get more youth into puppetry, and I wanted to get especially more youth kind of where I'm from into puppetry. Like, I want to get more Black youth into puppetry as well, and just get them to understand that world as well, because I've definitely seen that there really isn't many. There are obviously some amazing Black puppeteers, but there isn't many, and I definitely want to try and see if we can expand that world and just show people that it's actually a great career path to go down.
That's cool.
I feel like, did I answer your question? I feel like I went around.
Yeah, but it was about popularity of puppetry, and that's
Yeah.
kind of, I'm happy you say that about like winning some new people, a new generation, like
Yeah.
bring their attention or their understanding of what it is. Actually, it's
Yeah.
really key.
I definitely
And
want to try and expand the generation. Sorry, did you have a question? Sorry.
no, I was about to bring some comment in the screen from the crowd. So yeah,
Oh,
so we
thank
have people who are
you.
proud of you, Delphine.
Thank
So yeah,
you.
you're kind of inspiring many people. So I want to ask you, where do you see puppetry in 10 years?
I do see it changing. I feel like, because I'm an on-screen type of visual person, I do see it I see a lot more like kind of small stop motion things getting bigger and getting popular. The way that our cinema is changing as well, I see it expanding a lot there too. I think puppetry is definitely here to stay. So when you going back to that question about is it getting popular, I definitely think it's here to stay, but it might just it might change in different ways, or we might start being even more creative with our puppetry within the next 10 years, I think.
I love this. Oh, I feel I met someone like me, full of positivity. And yeah, let's create. Yeah, it's a start. Yes, I'm in the positive wave too. I really agree. And I want to know if you have a friend, a puppet maybe on your side you could bring to us to the camera. So
I always have Samantha with me. She stays with me, and she's been sitting here for a long time, and she would like to come and say hello.
Yay! I put it full screen so you have more space.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Hi, everyone. It's so great to see you. Samantha, this is the Puppet Podcast. Hello. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you.
Yay! What is her name? You said it maybe, but I didn't.
what's your my name is Samantha. Samantha.
I must talk directly to Samantha. I'm
Yeah,
confused
that's
because
enough, Del. Move over. Okay.
yeah, Samantha. So, Samantha, I have a question for you. As you are part of the Puppet Podcast,
Yeah.
I want to know some like your vision of your y- y- your puppeteer. Like the Delvin is on your side. Like, do you feel she's a nice woman?
She's okay, but everyone knows that I'm the star of the show. It's all about me. Right, Del? You are definitely the star of the show, Samantha. Everyone loves me. Okay, all right. You want to be a little bit humble, you know? Let's have some humble pie. I'll give you some later. Fine. But she's all right. She's all right. She's nice.
Yeah, yeah. She's creative. Like, does sometimes she bring you some challenge, like as a puppet, to do something new, or yeah.
Sometimes she makes me say really hard words that I can't say. Yeah, you know that, Del. Yeah. I try to challenge her, you know, try to make her say some things that she might not be able to say right now.
Yeah, and it's a challenge for the ventriloquist also to say some words.
Yeah. She got it.
Yeah. I reveal the secret. Yes, and maybe people from the crowd, if you have questions, feel free to put it in the chat because Samantha is a superstar and she answers to questions.
Thank you.
So what I'm always curious about food. You know, in our time we always talk about food. So Samantha, what do you eat usually?
Well, Del and me, we're from Jamaica, so I like jerk chicken, rice and peas, curry goat. Oh, it's so nice. Chocolate cake, ice cream. Lots of. Oh, what else? Oh, what did we have for dinner today? Pasta, cheese. You know what? I just love food.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamaican food are good, eh?
Yeah. Have you had Jamaican food before? Have you had Jamaican food before? She said.
Oh yeah. Me, I'm not. I didn't get a lot of Jamaican food, but maybe I must connect more with this culture.
Try. You gotta have it. You gotta try.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah, what you recommend? I must try like the best thing to try part of the Jamaican food.
I guess you can start. Do you like spicy food?
Yes,
You like jerk chicken then? You like that?
but I'm vegetarian.
Okay, that's okay. There's lots and lots of like vegetarian Jamaican food you'd like.
For sure. So yes, Samantha and Delvene, I will watch like the menu and I will for sure connect and I will send you a picture of a selfie me eating Jamaican food. We need to connect all over, eh?
Yeah.
Samantha, you love to connect with people internationally?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Especially you. You're in Canada, right?
Yes, and it's really snowy today.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'll stay here.
Yeah, but
my
maybe one day we will see each other. I will maybe when I will be able to take the plane. I will come to Europe and meet
Yay!
both of you.
Yay! And we don't have to socially distance, do we, Dodo? I hope not. Anyway, by that time we can get on the plane. We can get out of this country and get some
Yeah.
sunshine.
Let's see what happened. Yes. So Samantha, I will conclude maybe with your puppeteer ventriloquist. So maybe, but you can stay for the end. I want Delvene. Yeah.
Really? Fine then. Is it like that? You upset her.
I don't know how to handle like how to make thank you. It's always so fun to see the relation of the ventriloquist and his puppet, and how I'm glad you get the chance to show to us your. It's
Thank
so
you.
interesting.
Thank you.
And I want Delvene to ask you, if people want to see more of your stuff, where they should go.
So you can please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I feels like so subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Littlecrowns TV. And there's lots of educational content on there. We're releasing a video this Sunday to celebrate Chinese New Year. And we're also releasing Valentine's video. We got to, because it's a season of love. So there's updated videos and things like that. I also go live as well. I haven't been live for a while, but I am hoping to go live again this week. I just haven't advertised it yet, but we do go live quite frequently on our channel. And also please add us on Instagram too. So littlecrowns.storyhouse on Instagram, and same as Facebook as well. And shoot me a message. I'm generally a friendly person, so I'll definitely get back to you. You can drop me an email anytime. info@littlecrowns.co.uk if you want my email.
Yes, let's connect. And we have another ventriloquist from UK who say that I must not upset the puppet.
She'll get over it.
Oh, I'm so bad of making people, in the stage. Okay, could you leave now? But yes, she will get over, and I'm so happy to be able to see your talent and just promote it, so people have a look on what Delvene do. She's incredible. So yes, thank you to be part of the show, Delvene.
No, thank you. It's honestly been an honor, so I really appreciate you inviting me.
Yes, and we have Lucy who say, well done.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks, Lucy.
So that's the time where I remove you of the screen, and I'm really bad at this move, but I will push you out, so
this way.
we can just push. So stay in the virtual studio. We chat after.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, bye-bye. Boom. Oh, je l'ai eu. I have it. Thank you so much, people, for watching. Delvene is incredible. So yes, have a look on her social media. And for us, if you want to know more about what we are doing, what we are preparing, we have this Patreon who have all of those promo tips about live stuff, about social media, how puppetry could take advantage of social media and online promotion and all of that. So have a look on this. It's really fun. And I want to share the screen to show you just a little. We have on our website, puppetpodcast.com, we offer free training. It's online. It's a video to help you to get more confident about visibility and how to book maybe online gigs. So I want to invite you to just watch the free training, and you have questions here where should I start, how social media could help me with my stuff online. So that's really interesting. Oh, wait a minute. That's our mailing list. Also, I want you on our mailing list. So everyone, that's it for today. I don't know where you are in the world, but maybe you go to bed. Me, I still have a dinner to cook. So however, puppetry is an ascension in my vision. So let's share this passion. Tomorrow we have another podcast, so tune in. It's on YouTube, on Facebook. And yes, we are happy to have you. So everyone, have a wonderful evening. And see you soon for another episode of the Puppet Podcast.